Hi, this is Ms. Dutchins, and I'm going to show you guys how to do part two of the Peardeck for today. Part two starts on slide 15, and it's a lot of reading and then just responses because this is like a note-taking Peardeck. So unfortunately, it is a lot of reading and then just doing small responses. So you're first going to read about the Treaty of Paris and what Britain agreed to, and then after you read about what Britain agreed to, you're going to tell me just basically you're going to summarize like what are two things that the British agreed to in the Treaty of Paris. So it gave you three things, you only have to talk about two of them. Then you're going to read about what the Americans agreed to. And then you're going to answer this question. Do you think it's fair for loyalist citizens to ask that states pay for their property they lost during the war? Sorry, there's like an editing mistake on there. Why or why not? So loyalists, remember, these are people who are loyal to the crown. So they were not people who were fighting on the American side or believed that the Americans should win. Then you're going to look at this map and see how the land changed after the war for the Americans. So the United States is the kind of salmon colored, and then British the yellow. So you can see how they decreased in their land and how the United States expanded. Then you're going to answer this question: how will this expansion of land help the new country of the United States? So how does having this much land benefit the United States? Think about trade, think about travel, think about farming land and things like that. Then you're just going to read a little bit about the actual treaty. Ratified means to agree to. So the Treaty of Paris was agreed to on January 14th, 1784. This signified the end of the war and the start of the United States. So technically this would be our kind of revolution, or our Independence Day. After that, you're going to watch this Liberty Kids, but this is really important. You only have to watch from minute 1840 to 2209. You do not have to watch the entire Liberty Kid episodes. You only have to watch what's in between there. And then you're going to answer a question about it. So why do you think George Washington decided to go back to regular life instead of becoming a king? You're going to write out your response. Then you're going to read about people's experiences about Washington's farewell, how he was saying, goodbye to the citizens and things like that. So you'll read about from like three kind of quotes that are explaining what happened. And then you'll answer this question: why do you think people were so sad to see Washington go? Why was he so important to them as a leader? So why would they be so emotional with him leaving? And then afterwards, you're just going to read about just basically where he went and what's going to happen in the future. Now, we know that Washington is going to come back to be president, or I hope you know that he was our first president. But it's really important to know the differences between a president and a king. He was very clear about he didn't want to become a king, but he was okay with being a president. So why would he be okay with a president? What's the difference between a king and a president? So you'll go ahead and you can either draw two things or you can write two things, type them, up to you. And then afterwards, it just says don't forget to mark as done in Google Classroom. So it might seem like it's a little longer, but there's not a lot of questions that you're answering. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 slides out of those that you're actually doing writing on. The rest are you're just reading. So I know it seems like a lot because it's 15 slides, but there's only 5 slides you have to write on. So just look at it that way, and you guys will have obviously the whole period to work on it. But other than that, that's it. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks for listening.